Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Project Cars. Today we're doing Project Hell and we're taking on the Renaults again. This is pretty much all the attempts that I actually did. So first up we have the Renault Megane RS265, which was one of the cars that caused me to rage quit last Friday, or Saturday even. And you'll see in a moment. Yep, there we go. I've just realised that I had the wrong overlay up. There we go. This is a manual transmission, which means that I was heel towing like crazy, pretty much. Oh, that's a funky error. I'm watching the video as I go, and because of the way Sony Movie Studio works, I'm watching it in kind of very low resolution, and it's caused some funky artifacting. That's really kind of entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. So these Renaults last week, I don't know what the issue was I had with them. Possibly they're four-wheel drive, or not four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. Possibly that I was, for whatever reason, a bit too aggressive or aggravated. Possibly that I was trying to read chat too much. Probably the last one. Gonna be honest. It's probably that I was trying to read chat a bit too much and it didn't work out in my favour. Which, you know, happens. I've just realised I've forgotten to overlap some of the video. Oh no! Quickly Dave, fix the thing. I am in fact editing right now as I am watching this video. As I am recording this, I am editing the video because I've just realised I forgot to do a transition. And it's getting disturbingly close to it. There. It's too long. Oh dear. But this car, the Megane 265 RS. Was it this Megane RS265 even? I was close. I'm now having to. Oh good lord, this is going to be a disaster. I am legitimately editing the video as I go here. I do have it kind of chopped up a bit. Nope. There. Maybe. Nope. Yes. Go me and my wonderful organizational skills. There. Come on. The last segment. Come on. Maybe. So the Megane 265. There we go. I can concentrate again. It actually behaved quite well. I think the issue I was having was maybe a bit too aggressive with the throttle and with the brakes. I'm actually going to watch the throttle trace just to see what I did here. Yeah, you can see I was kind of feathering the throttle and just building it up a bit more instead of just slamming. And with the brakes it was kind of just leave the car roll through corners, brake a small bit, maybe, you know, a quarter, 25%, 30% brake, and that seemed to work across the board. Of course, at lower speeds you can put more brake in, but at higher speeds, it seemed to me like what happened during the stream was that I was braking too hard because I'm a bit of a moron. So I meant to get a track map up. I'm going to get a track map up while I'm recording because that's a smart thing to do. I'm not even kidding. Nurburgring track map. There we go. Alright, so I can't read that. Give me one that I can read, Google. I can read this. So we're coming up now through what appears to be, yes, Kesselchen and Klostertal. Are we? Yes, Klostertal. We're just going through now, I believe. No, sorry. I'm wrong. Where on earth are we on this track? Nope, that was closer. Closer to top. My bad. Okay, I know where we are now. Coming up to the carousel section of the track now, so into the first chicane, hairpin, which is somewhere in the 90km/h region. And the track map conveniently has speeds, so I can tell you what speed a presumably GT3 car would be doing. So through here, a GT3 car would be doing 86km/h, apparently. This is the carousel, of course. Leaving now and heading uphill slightly. Not slightly here, and now there's a bit of a bigger hill to Hoa 8. Which we have not quite reached. This is Hoa. Yes, this here is Hoa 8, I believe. No, this one is. This is Hoa 8. And we'll be on a little bit of a straight. In theory, yes, roughly straight. Maybe. Which should be no. This track map is terrible. Give me a better one, Google. Give me a better track map. Let's view this image. Oh, that's tiny. I can't read that. Can I read this one? Yes! Wonderful. So we are now in Brunchen, I believe. Yes, heading up towards Plansgarten. Plansgarten, even. Yes, I know exactly where we are now. Good. It's a bit of a miracle. So, this right here is Schwalbenschwanz. I'm not even kidding about these, or sorry, Anfahrt Schwalbenschwanz. This should in theory be Schwalbenschwanz. Oh, no, this is Schwalbenschwanz. No, now we're in Plansgarten. Good lord, I'm terrible at reading maps. In my defense, I used to be a scout, which is no defense at all. I'm good at maps, I swear. This is Schwalbenschwanz. It's Anfahrt Schwalbenschwanz, and this right here is Schwalbenschwanz, which I am not mispronouncing, I hope. Up this hill now, heading into Galgenkopf. Seriously, I'm not making these names up. These are the legitimate corner names. And through Galgenkopf, which is a really long sweeping right-hander, down the Dottinger Höhe, Dottinger Höhe, which is a stupid long straight. It is 2 kilometers long, essentially, which is insane. I'm not gonna lie. But I can tell you now that this attempt was in fact successful. Just as a bit of a spoiler. So coming down now to the Antoniusbucher and Tiergarten, which is right here. This is Tiergarten, and into Hohenrhein, which is this chicane complex here. Nice little blast down the straight and across the line in 8 minutes 22.113 seconds. On now to the Renault Megane RS275 Trophy R, where I immediately screw up my gears. Wonderful. This again is the first attempt. I showed the loading screen so you can prove it. I did make a small screw up with the third car, which is the Megane Trophy V6, because I forgot to record a successful attempt because I'm an idiot. So I'm going to talk you through the lap now using the actual corner names, because I have it. Bizarrely, this first corner doesn't have a name, apparently. Deal with it. This right here, this corner here, the fourth gear as I'm taking it, right-hander, is Hatzenbachbogen. Heading in now towards Hatzenbach itself, which is this complex right here. It's a nice. This series is all Hatzenbach, and again, I'm not making up any of the names of the corners. Really nice complex. This car drove pretty well actually this time. In now through Hocheichen. Again, real names. And now along the Kudelbacher Höhe, down this straight, and up towards Flugplatz, which is right here. Apparently you'd be going 181 kilometers an hour in some sort of Lotus. The track map I'm using is from lotustalk.com, so I'm guessing it's a Lotus. Down now along Schwedenkreuz to hit the 3rd kilometer marker right here. That was the 3rd kilometer marker. So we're now 3 kilometers into the lap. In now to Arenberg, and on the exit of Arenberg, heading up towards Fuchsruhe. Fuchsruhe. We'll be hitting the 4th kilometer marker, which will be there, I believe. And that was Fuchsruhe. In now through Adenauer Forst. Oh, that was Fuchsruhe. Adenauer Forst here is this really tight section. It's a really good place to see crashes on the open days of the ring where you can do tourist laps. There's loads of videos of people screwing up Adenauer Forst. Heading down the hill now towards Metzgerfeld, which is the right-hander at the end of this hill. And for some reason these next few corners don't have names. So, I mean, it's a tough lap. There's no denying the Nurburgring Nordschleife is tough. Because you've got, depending on the counter, you've got anywhere between 80 and 120 corners to try and remember. Almost every one of them is different. And it's really, really difficult to gauge just how quickly you need to go through some of the corners, because you can't memorize them. Realistically, you can't memorize the exact lines for every corner. I know some of the top guys who drive nothing but VLN or Nurburgring 24, they do. This is this Wertseifen? Oh, Wertseifen? No, this must be Wertseifen. Oh, that was Wertseifen back there. That was just there. That was Exmühle. Yes, heading up now towards Bergwerk, which is this corner up here, which is apparently taking at 97 kilometers an hour. I take it significantly faster than that, even in this thing. Oh no, I don't. Huh. So that's Bergwerk. We're now into the 9th kilometer of the lap. Actually coming up to the 9 kilometer board right about there. Over to the side is 9 kilometer board. Or that could be it there. I'm not entirely sure where the kilometer markers are. I'm not looking for them too much. Heading in now towards Kesselchen, which I believe we've just been through. Yes, we've actually been through Kesselchen. Or Kesselchen. This corner is called Klostertal 1, or Klostertal 1, which is ridiculously tough. And it's not just called Dirt Rally, I call it Dirt Rally myself. Heading up now up the hill slightly towards Klostertal 2, and we've just passed the 11 kilometer mark. I kid you not. And coming up now towards a corner that everybody knows, Carousel, the most infamous corner of the Nurburgring. I knew of all the majority of the corner names, not all of them, but most of them. And again, now we're heading up towards Hoacht again, up through this really nice flowing section. And this right, nope. Just looking at the track map. This is Hoacht. this corner right here. I'm coming down now towards Vipperman, which it's this track map and trying to associate it with like what I'm seeing on screen is very difficult. But Vipperman is right there. This corner right here is Vipperman, because it leads into a small straight up towards Eschbach. And then the second corner right here is Brunchen. That one, that was, oh, I made that into one corner. It's, what? No, this is Brunchen. I'm confused again. This is Plantsgarten now. Yes, this is Plantsgarten. Okay, I've got my bearings again. I'm terrible at track maps, okay? I know I've read maps quite a bit, but I'm terrible at reading track maps. This is Anfahrt Schwalbenschwanz, which is the entry to Schwalbenschwanz, believe it or not. And this second corner here, this is Schwalbenschwanz. And into Galgen... Wait, what? Oh, no, I screwed up. This corner up here is Anfahrt Schwalbenschwanz. Yes, this one right here, and then the second... This is the Anfahrt Schwalbenschwanz section, I guess. And then Schwalbenschwanz itself, which is the mini carousel, as most people know it. And now up this little hill here to Galgenkopf. Now, again, I'm going to tell you at this point that the lap was in fact successful. And I'm actually looking, I just hit my mic, I'm sorry. I'm actually looking at like the lap time from this forum. I don't know what it's in regards to. And I actually beat this lap time, was one of the, I beat the lap time that I'm seeing on screen with the third car today. Which I am legitimately kind of surprised by, because that's a real world lap time that I've beaten. So I will tell you, this car, I didn't have too many problems. It was a bit it was a bit skid friendly at times. Didn't behave all that well, but that's where it went the most skid friendly. That was the single biggest mistake. That probably cost about 3 seconds. Just because of where it happened, how it happened. And we'll go across the line in a time of 8 minutes 19 seconds .931. Here we go. Now, where on earth are we? Oh yes, we're in the Megane Trophy V6. Coming up through... I don't know where we are. So this is our second attempt towards the end of it. It didn't go well. We crashed. And now into the third attempt. We are, I believe, slightly further along on the lap. Are we? We're down by Plantsgarten, I know that much. Heading towards... nope, we're down by Eschbach, aren't we? Yeah, and again, crashed into the wall because I lost control. Here, however, is where the Megane Trophy V6 had a successful lap. This was the fourth attempt. The first attempt I forgot to record. It was a successful lap, and coincidentally I actually beat the lap time. I beat my first attempt's lap time by, I think it was 14 seconds. Which shows how much time you can make up around the ring just by being a tiny bit more aggressive and a tiny bit... more aggressive in spots, more conservative in others. So this thing is mental. I genuinely don't know if this is rear wheel drive or front wheel drive, because looking at the tires it looks like it might well be rear wheel drive. But it drives like a front wheel drive. It's very odd. This was definitely a car that you have to respect. This is one of these cars that you just You don't just slam the throttle, you gotta feed it in a small bit. And you can get through the corners just that small bit quicker. Up towards floodplaats now, and we do lift and drop a gear, but still pretty fast. Down through Schwedenkreuz we are just blasting. Just absolutely blasting the car. Now heading in towards Arnberg, and I think I took this in third gear. Yeah, I could have gone second, but I went third just for extra grip out of the corner. And I will say, despite it being a completely different drive to what happened last week, what happened on Saturday, this is in fact me driving all the cars. I don't have the money to hire a professional racing driver or anybody to make a video for me. So this is all me, this is all legit. I have the times written down because the laps are already done, obviously. I'd be, doing post commentary because I knew these things would require quite a lot of concentration. And I kind of think that I'm going to do 3 cars every week in the videos about now. Just because if I can get them done within the space of... This took all of 40 minutes to record. Just over, including the attempt that I forgot to record. Genuinely forgot to press the F9, forgot to press F9, fraps never started, and that lap is forever gone. I will tell you that the lap time I'm looking at on my screen, not the, number one, it's not the lap time I did. The lap time I did on my screen is a low 7 minutes, which is why I'm impressed. I did say earlier on that I beat that lap time of one of the cars. This is the final car of the day, so I did go into the low 7-minute range, maybe high 6-minute range. You'll find out towards the end, but this is a really, really good car. I was surprised with how much speed I could just carry through all of the corners. Through Bergwerk, I believe we're at now. Pretty Versiphon. Where on earth are we? We haven't gone through Adnar Forest already, have we? This looks like Kesselchen. Heading up towards Klostertal. Lord, we've been through Adnar. After 3 minutes? That doesn't seem right. 4 minutes. Oh, now it does. Yeah, there's Klostertal lines. Yeah, okay. These laps are a lot faster when I'm watching them back than when I'm doing them. Or at least they seem that way, because for whatever reason, when I'm really concentrating, I just get into like this zone when I'm recording these. And it's just, the car seems to go a lot slower than it should. I guess everything feels very slow, and I'm kind of interested here. 115, going towards that now. And so I actually took slightly faster than this lap time, so that's possibly where I gained a small bit of time. I know I lost time through a lot of the corners. I'm not great at the Nurburgring. I'm also guessing that this car is a road car to set that time. A high-powered road car. I'm going to look at that page afterwards and see what the hell car it is. I'm interested. And I'll put it at the end of the video, like what car set the time that I'm looking at. I will tell you the time as well. It'll be about what? A full 10th and a half. That, wow. So I will say my lap is in the low 7-minute range. This lap is in the low 7-minute range, and this car is, if you can get it kind of behaving for you, it is very, very nice to drive. You can So I had a bit of a skid going there. You kind of immediately call it. I'm gonna be honest, I was surprised when I was driving that I actually managed to catch it. Immediately, there was no hesitation. I'm slightly kind of rushing because it's 11:30. I want to watch something at my clock. I forgot something was on tonight. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Yes. I forgot something was on tonight and I find it a bit rushed. In my own mind, I feel rushed. I'm really not. So, here we go, coming out of Galgan Cup. I believe, yes, coming out of Galgan Cup, heading down Duttinger here. And actually I must have made a lot of time in the corners because this thing does not hit the same speed. The speeds that I'm looking at on this are presumably the speeds that the car set this lap time did. And coming through Duttinger, Duttinger here, it was at 294 kilometers an hour. I'm maxing out at 260. Which means that I must have gained a ton of time through some of these corners. I'm okay. So here we go through Antonius Bücher and Tiergarten and Hohenrhein. Hohenrhein? Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Oh well. Hohenrhein, final corner. Heading up and across the line in 7 minutes 11.423. The lap time I was looking at on this lap chart is 7:11:57. I've been Rainbow Dave, you've been watching Project Hell. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.